Sonic Frontiers is here. That's enough to make a titty tear.
I'm here, reaching far across these new frontiers. With my life, this field.
Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to the Gamescades today, and only today. That's right, I am here to tell you that your boy has finally played Sonic Frontiers. I have finally played it. No, I have not beaten it. I should clarify that this is going to be an impressions video. I have played through Island 1 and 2 of the game, and I'm very excited to nerd out about this shit because I have a lot to say about this, even though I'm not even done with the journey. Here's what I'm going to be doing for this, right? I'm going to be breaking this down into segmented parts. I'm talking about my overall feelings, the open zone, the story, combat, cyberspace, and of course, the music. So let's start. Obviously, the golden question, the thing everybody wants to know right off the bat. Fidel, how do you feel? How is it? And let me tell you guys, I love it. I love Sonic Frontiers. I really do love it, and it, like, genuinely, unless the second half of the game, right, or like the third island and later for some reason becomes fucking garbage, which is, you know, very doubtful, and from people I've talked to and stuff, it's pretty much the style of the game the whole time. We won. Like, we really did win here, in my opinion. Like, I just feel like this game is exactly what I said it was gonna be. It reminded me of Pokemon Legends Arceus. It is nowhere near perfect. It's got issues, but man, the amount of things they are changing up and making better and improving and everything. Like, this is by far, easily, already with the two islands, the most fun I've had with a Sonic game since like generations. I'm talking about 3D, not 2D. Obviously, Mania, glorious. You know, we can't even really compare until we get to a further point. But yeah, this is the most fun I've had with Sonic games since generations. This is the most ambitious I feel like the team has been since something, you know, like Unleashed slash 06, and it really is, I think, already one of the best to play. So if you guys just wanted my bare thoughts right there, overall my feeling is I genuinely love this game and I'm so happy about it. Now obviously we have to get into the little things, right? Like, why do I love this game? Let's start obviously with the thing we've talked about the most, which is the open zone. Now again, I'm not gonna spoil anything for you guys. I care about your well-being and everything. No spoilers. I'm gonna show some stuff, but you're gonna see a lot of me, so I don't show you too much gameplay for stuff. But open zone, right? This is awesome, right? The open zone, as you know, we've been talking about it for a long time. It is very fun to explore, right? I have a good time exploring it. Basically the flow. All right, so here's the gameplay flow, right? You fight enemies, right? The enemies give you the portal gears, right? The portal gears, you get into cyberspace. In cyberspace, you get the vault keys. With the vault keys, you get the chaos emeralds, and with the chaos emeralds, you can complete the island. So that's sort of the gameplay flow. But overall, when you're exploring the open zone, a few things are going on, right? You've got a mix of things to do. You've got puzzles, like, and a lot of different puzzles. Like, you got speedrun puzzles you got to do. You could do little small stuff, you know, like walking on colored platforms. You could do stuff, you know, like quick step into different blocks. And there's a lot of different puzzles in the world, and a lot of them vary. You know, some are like really fun, some are very simple, but none of them ever feel like they're really getting in your way of anything. You know, they always feel simple, short, get to the point. And what they end up doing is they actually end up unlocking more of the map, right? The map of the world starts to get enhanced. It starts to get, like, it starts to, you know, get you start to see grind rails more and more. You start to get springs coming around, and then to me, the open zone feels at its most peak once you've completed an island, because the feeling of just being able to run around, finding a grind rail, jumping into a spring, that spring takes you upward, you do some homing attacks into some things, and you're just sort of running around and feeling the area. This is what I've wanted from a Sonic game forever. I've always said I want a Sonic game where I can just open the game and just run around an open area and make me feel like the Sonic CD intro, and we're like almost there with this, man. Like, it just feels so good to run around and explore. And obviously, people want to know the controls, how Sonic feels. Listen, I would recommend, if you know how to play Sonic games and you like Sonic games, right away go into the settings and put the speed and everything on max, right? Put all that stuff on max, because if you know Sonic, you're gonna want to move him as fast as possible. I know maybe if you're newer to the series, maybe you'll want to slow him down, but I really do think he starts in general, Sonic's movement is not like crazy fast, which is good. right? It goes back to sort of the adventure style where you have more control over, his movements. But you also do have the boost. You do have a boost, which is obviously something they've been using for a long time now. But the boost is a little more subdued. I don't know how to explain it. It's not the type of boost where like you can only sort of go in one direction like the boost games. It is sort of, you can run around in circles with it, but it just gives you this nice sense of speed and build up in there, right? And obviously another thing you're doing in the open zone is you're getting stamina things, you're getting defense things to increase your attack power, and you're also getting stuff to increase your speed, you're getting stuff to increase your ring capacity, and all that stuff just makes it so that you have an easier time exploring the world's fighting enemies. And speaking of fighting enemies, right, I want to talk about the combat, right? Because the combat's been a big thing. This is very important to the series, very new thing since Unleashed. I'd say Unleashed was the last time. I guess Sonic Boom, technically, if you want to count. But to me, this combat is exactly what I wanted in principle, right? Now, it's not the craziest combat ever, right? A lot of it's more flash over substance. It is very much, you do your dodges, you do your cool attacks, but it looks cool. It always looks cool, which is what I think is the most important thing. So many times where I'll just go and get into a fight just because I want to see Sonic do, the spin cycle or the lightning kick attacks he's doing and all that stuff. Like that's to me a sign of a good combat system. Because with the Werehog guy, I always felt like, yes, I know a lot of people say it gets fleshed out when you have all the moves, but there's something about it that's a little too slow and a little too annoying for me personally. I know people love it and I get that, but with this, and obviously with Sonic Boom, it feels like very, Cartoon Network beat 'em up style. Here, combat's actually really good, and actually there's a lot of clever things going on with the combat, right? A lot of different bosses. What I've been telling people a lot is that for me, it's more the scenario of the combat than it is the attack themselves. Because attacking is cool, looks cool, but it's more that scenario that's cool. So for example, like you fight that first big titan thing that you use the blue pads to climb all the way up. That's a puzzle to get to the boss. On the second island, you have that boss where you have to fill in the grind rails in order to go attack the boss. So to me, it's all about the little scenarios you're in that make you attack the boss rather than necessarily the attacks themselves. And by the way, this game, parrying is like really satisfying, but it's actually really difficult too. Like there were moments where I would try to parry, but it really wants you to be on spot. You do not have that much leeway with it, which is something that is crazy and goes into play in the first boss of the island. Now, I don't want to spoil this for you, but I will tell you this. There is a reason you've been seeing them post about that first Titan without showing that fight. Like that alone could be a final boss fight in like the past 5 Sonic games, like deadass, like that. Like it's way better than anything we've had since Unleashed final boss. Like I'm not even exaggerating. Like deadass, that was the best. Like that first Titan is the best boss since like the final boss of Unleashed, and I'm not even exaggerating. And you will see why, and you will flip out, and it's fucking awesome. And I genuinely can't even wait to do it again. Like I cannot wait to stream it and go do that again, because it is crazy and it's so fucking hype, and it's the best thing I could have asked for. And to me, I saw that, I was like, they care, I'm hype, Supersonic is hype again, and we love to see it. So that's how I feel. And the combat, oh my god, it looks way cool. I don't even want to get into it. It's awesome. So that's that with that. So I've talked about open zone, talked about combat, and I've talked about a bit of stuff. Now let's talk about the story, guys. Oh my god, guys, these fucking characters are talking again. And what I mean by that is they are actually having conversations. I don't want to show anything. Again, there's a reason why they haven't shown stuff, but guys, you are having conversations. The best part about this game too is it cares about how much you care about Sonic. When I say that, because in the open zone, you have optional dialogue conversations you can go and have in the first island with Amy, right? Or you can just mainline it. But man, please go and do the optional conversations, because that's when you see just how much they care and how much Ian Flynn joining the writing is so needed. And when I say they are talking to each other, guys, what I mean by that is not every reply is a snarky, like, Marvel quip or like a Saturday morning cartoon where everything is like a, whoa, I gotta go there, but there is not the right way to go. Well, I guess I'll always go left then. Whoa, and then like, everything is a back and forth. It's just like, Amy, and then Amy's like, what? Like, they're talking about the situation they're in. The voice direction is so much better. The tone is so much better. Like, and the best part is you still get Sonic's personality. Don't worry about Sonic being, too serious or upset. He is still Sonic, and he still makes his little quips and his little comments, and he's still a happy dude. But there is a tone to it. He is thinking about the situation he's in, and it's awesome, man. And when you get to talk to Knuckles, bro, oh my god, I have to beat Island 2 so badly because, dude, just talking to Knuckles is so nice. And dude, they care about the past, guys. They reference old games. Like, they are really, dude, there was one part, right, where you go near the waterfall in the first island, and Sonic's like, man, this reminds me of the Mystic Ruins. And I was like, oh my fucking god, bro, you really care, bro. You're embracing this shit. You're into this, and I love this. It is so, they care. I'm telling you, if you give a shit about Sonic, and you, like, already from what I've done, I'm like, I'm good. Like, in terms of, they've proven to me that this is a good direction to go in, and that they care, and it's all I want. And I'm so happy, and I can't believe it. Now, we got to talk about something else, right, which is cyberspace. Now, cyberspace has been a big conversation, right? A big back and forth of, hey, cyberspace, there are these boost style levels that we've had for a while, and a lot of them use layouts from past games and stuff. Now, I gotta tell you, unless the layouts are the obvious ones, like, City Escape or Sky Rail or like Green Hill Generations, a lot of them I could not tell you what layout they are. Obviously I could tell you, okay, like some of the mechanics in them, like obviously when you're in the Sky Sanctuary level and you go in the little teleports, I could tell you that. But for me, the average, I could not tell you. I mean, I could tell you some inspirations of them, like, okay, I could tell those spinning platforms are from the tune-in level from Unleashed or stuff like that. But for the most part, they are very fun arcadey levels. They're short and to the point. But what I will tell you, right, is they do feel weird. And when I say they feel weird, it's Sonic's control in them doesn't always feel normal, and I don't know how to explain it. Like, in 2D he feels a little weird. Sometimes he feels a bit sticky. The boost doesn't even feel like a super boost. It feels more like a push forward, and again, it makes sense in the open zone, but it's definitely a little weird in the cyberspace. One thing I don't like about cyberspace is, like, when you commit to your jump, like when you're doing like a homing attack on a jump pad or something, it's hard for you to like choose what direction you're going in. So I don't know, something about it feels a little weird. But what I will say is, I can already tell from some things I've done, there's a lot of cool speedrun potential, because the way Sonic's boost works is like he can do a boost and then a jump, or he gets his jump then his boost, and because of that you can sort of combine things back and forth with the movement. You can skip really big parts of the levels. In fact, sometimes you don't even have to take the top path to get to the optimal speedrun time. And what's cool, because they're arcadey, is you have multiple things to do in the cyberspace level. So now your rankings are tied purely to time. The 5 red rings gets you a key if you get them. Getting the level done with a certain amount of rings gets you a key, and then getting S rank gives you a key, and then doing everything gets you another key. So you unlock the vault keys to get the chaos summons. But let me tell you guys something. The music, bro. Otani, man, Otani, bro, I don't even GOAT, like the rawest individual of all. Like, I'm talking about real semen hours. Like, some of those cyberspace tracks made me nut. There's this one I'm gonna play you right now. Don't listen to me, just listen to it, okay? Immaculate. Like, and there is a ton of that. Obviously I'm playing the mix that's in the background here. I don't even want to spoil some of these songs to you. They are so good. I cannot wait till somebody just on YouTube makes, here's the cyberspace playlist. Like, it's not even the open zone playlist, the boss site. Like, here is the mix of cyberspace, because that alone feels like its own soundtrack that could be incredible. And even, oh my god, where do I even start with the open zone music, bro? Dude, the way Island 1, the music starts to swell the more you do on the island, like, are you kidding me with that shit? Listen to this. I want you to listen to a little bit of this, okay? Sit down and listen to me, okay? like the way that island sort of builds instrumentals and new things as it goes on, because it starts with this little and then you just hear this epic swell and new instruments and new vibes at it. And like, it makes you feel rewarded for exploring. It makes you feel like the journey is building up, and I love everything about that stuff. So yeah, man, like, listen, obviously you see me fanboying, you see me gushing, and again, I still have to beat the game, and I want to give my full review when I can. But from the time I've spent with it, right, the game is awesome, and what it is, it's the breath of fresh air to me. Nothing is really perfect in it. Like I said, combat is fun, but it's more flash over substance. Puzzles in the environment, very simple and fun. You know, the open zone itself, very, you know, a lot of just running around, going on grind rails and exploring for fun. But man, everything feels fun. The cyberspace levels, again, old layouts, not crazy, but they're fun. The story to me is just the one that stands out the most, where I'm like, fuck, man, this feels so rewarding. And the boss battles are so sick, and you could just tell they care. You can tell they give a fuck, man. They really do. And I'm so happy with the direction we have here and where this game is going, and I cannot wait to see it through. But guys, that really is overall my impressions of the first 2 islands of the game. Let me just tell you though, like, if you're a fan of Sonic and you want to see more of this, you want to support this, go and get this, right? And I know, you know, there's a lot of opinions and all that stuff, but I'm telling you, as your boy, and I know maybe I'm a little bit biased, I'm a little overhyped and stuff, but that's just how I am. But I really don't see a world where, if you really give a shit about Sonic, that you are not at the bare minimum going to have fun and enjoy what they're doing here. You know, that's really all that matters to me, is that this at its core is fun, and it's something that is foundational for the future. And again, I'll come back with a full review when I beat it. I'm going to be streaming the entire game. It's going to be crazy, and I really can't wait. So guys, let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you're excited for the game after this. And of course, get Sonic Frontiers November 8th, all major platforms. Very excited, and I'm so happy, man. We won. We really won. All right, let's fucking go.